Hello friends, welcome to Virtual Study Hub. Today I have made a video about Sher Shah. Let's start. Sher Shah Suri was born in the year 1472 in Sasaram, which was the province of Delhi Sultanate but now is in Bihar, India. He was born as Farīd Khān and was the founder of Suri Empire in India, with its capital in Sasaram in modern Bihar. He introduced the currency of rupee. An ethnic Pashtun ruler originally from Afghanistan, Sher Shah took control of the Mughal Empire in 1540 after defeating Humayun in the Battle of Kannauj. After his accidental death in 1545 CE, his son Sher Shah Suri became his successor. During his short reign of 5 years, Sher Shah established a large empire and a sound administrative system. Sher Shah Suri therefore proved to be a brilliant military general as well as a capable ruler. Sher Shah was a Jagirdar of Sasaram district in Bihar. Later he took advantage of the political instability after Babur's death and established his control over Bengal and Bihar. These were his early conquests. Sher Shah captured Bengal by defeating Khizr Khan. He defeated the Mughal Emperor Humayun in the Battle of Jausa in 1539 CE and in the Battle of Kannauj in 1540 CE and assumed the throne of Delhi. Malwa was annexed when Qadir Shah showed disobedience. Sher Shah also occupied Gwalior from Abdul Qasim in 1542 CE. He also conquered almost the whole of Rajputana and brought it under his control. Now let's discuss about Sher Shah's administration. Sher Shah was a brilliant organizer, not just in military but in civil affairs also. His administrative system was much admired and appreciated and served as the foundation of Akbar's administration years later. Wanna know more about Akbar? Then please check out our video on Akbar the Great. Link is in the description. Let's discuss about central administration. Sher Shah continued with many features of the central administrative machinery which had evolved under the Delhi Sultanate. The working of the central administration was kept under Sher Shah's direct control and supervision, and a strong, efficient spy system was organized. And Sher Shah took various measures for the welfare of his subjects, and he would take tours to ensure the smooth functioning of every department. Now let's discuss about provincial administration. Village was the smallest unit of administration. A group of villages constituted a pargana and few parganas formed a sheikh, which is equivalent to modern-day sarkar or province or states. Sher Shah divided his empire into 47 sarkars. Sarkars were administered by Afghan chiefs and several officials like Shifdar and Munsif. They looked after the law and order and the revenue collection. To control corruption and concentration of powers in the hands of officials, Sher Shah frequently transferred all offices. Now let's discuss about the officials of the village. The village head was known as the Muqaddam, and he was the sole link between the government and the village. He was responsible for maintaining law and order in his village. The Patwari was a village record keeper who kept the record of every official and every activity that occurred in the village. He was not a direct employee of the state, but he worked for the village community. Now let's discuss about the military administration. Sher Shah had set up a strong standing army in order to administer and consolidate his vast empire. He followed Alauddin Khalji's policy of direct recruitment of soldiers, that is the practice of Tag and Chehra. Chehra was that every soldier had its descriptive role called Chehra to prevent the practice of proxy, and the practice of branding horses with the imperial sign is known as Tag was done to prevent the replacement of superior Arabian horses to the inferior ones. Sher Shah followed the practice of paying the soldiers in cash, and his army was well trained, disciplined and equipped with artillery. Sher Shah also divided the army into units, and each unit was under a commander. Garrisons were established in different parts of the country for the soldiers. Besides the regular army stationed at imperial headquarters, of cantonments in different strategic parts of the empire under a forster to prevent any invasion or tackle to his power. Now let's talk about judicial administration. Sher Shah placed a lot of emphasis on the administration of justice. The civil cases of the Muslims were taken by the Qazi, while the criminal cases were tried by the Shikdar. The responsibility of detecting crime rested upon the Muqaddam, who were the village officials. If the Muqaddam of a village where the crime was committed failed to capture the culprit, he was liable to severe punishment. Punishment of any crime was severe in order to deter people from committing them. Now let's talk about the most striking contribution of Sher Shah, which was towards the land revenue system. He revised the assessment of land revenue on the basis of actual measurement of the land. On basis of fertility, the land was divided into good, middling and bad types. Sher Shah fixed 1/3 of the produce share of the state, and the peasant had the liberty to either pay in cash or in terms of grain share. Peasants were given a written document called pata, in which the amount of or the rate of revenue was demanded. The peasants were supposed to give a kubuliyat, which was the acceptance of the obligation imposed upon them, and the system of granting jagirs was discouraged. The land revenue system of Sher Shah became the basis for the very successful revenue system under Akbar. We can talk about Sher Shah, but it is impossible to forget about his contribution to trade and commerce and transportation. He also connected different parts of the empire with a network of roads. The roads facilitated trade as well as quick movement of the troops within the empire. One of his greatest contributions toward the construction of roads was the Grand Trunk Road, which is commonly known as GT Road and is currently a national highway. It is one of the oldest and longest major roads of South Asia. For centuries, it has linked the eastern and western parts of the Indian subcontinent, covering a distance of over 2,500 km. It originated in Sonargaon in Bengal and passed through several places in India before reaching Peshawar in Pakistan. In trade and commerce, Sher Shah introduced many trade and currency reforms. He issued a large number of gold, silver and copper coins of uniform standard. His silver coin rupee remained the standard coin for centuries till the British period. Even today, we use the term rupee or rupees for currency notes. He also gave much importance to public works such as building of sarais or rest houses. He levied two types of taxes on goods entering the country and the goods when they were paid or sold. Sher Shah particularly asked his officials to treat all merchants and traders well. He made the zamindars and village headmen responsible for safety and security of traders in their territory. Now let's see literature and architecture. Sher Shah patronized several poets, scholars and learned men. He also built Rostagar Fort and a few buildings in the Purana Killa such as the Sher Mandal. He also built his own mausoleum in Sasaram. The tomb is built in the middle of a lake on a high platform. The tomb had the combined features of Hindu and Islamic architecture. In 1545 CE, while Sher Shah was occupying the impregnable fort of Kalinjar, he was severely wounded on the account of explosion and died in 1545 CE. He was buried in Sasaram, Bihar. He was succeeded by his son, Shah Suri. So friends, that's all for today. If you enjoyed this video, please like, comment, share with your friends. Check out our other fascinating videos. Subscribe to our channel, and yeah, thank you for watching.